What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Kinda Funny podcast. I am your host, Nick Scarpino, and Roger's immediately laughing.
Yeah, I mean, the gym just
broke.
mind of its own. Just fucking
Just do what it's doing.
Oh, yeah, like you
Couldn't
see
even
the
tell.
angle it has, and that was
Also,
something.
there was no audio during the intro. I don't know what's happening.
That's totally fine. Wow, yeah, let's go ahead and stop that jib there, Roger, because that's just going to do what it's going to do for a
We've
little
made
while
it to
there.
the end of the day at least.
Yes,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
we
Like,
did.
we've made it to
We
the
did
finish
pretty
line.
good, all things considered. Barrett is out for his birthday, celebrating his 30th birthday week. Everyone say happy birthday to Barrett.
30.
Happy birthday. Barrett.
Happy
Big
birthday,
30,
Barrett.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then
such an old
Kev had to
soul.
call out today last minute. So we're definitely trying our best. And I think we're doing pretty good. The amount of dumb things that went wrong that we were unfamiliar with that
Yeah.
we've already fixed. Earlier today, that monitor was just off.
Yeah.
No idea what to do there. But
got it back
Cool
on.
Greg went under, poked around a bit, got it working.
Look
Yeah.
at that cool G.
Got it
cool
working.
G.
Yeah, the mics weren't on today, but it turns out we got to plug everything in all the way. That's just how it goes,
That's how it
ladies and
goes.
gentlemen. This is the Kind of Funny podcast where each and every week, 3, sometimes 4 best friends gather on this table, each coming with topics for your amusement. A couple housekeeping things before we get into the chit and the chat.
Love that.
Hey, guess what, everyone? This month's Platinum Patreon item is out, and it's an ace-off.
It's amazing.
If you guys want to back us at the Platinum tier over on our Patreon, you guys get this custom print made by the one and only Panda Musk. He's doing them all month long. So if you want all 12, you guys got to get in on them right now. Shout out to our Patreon producers, James Hastings, Casey Andrew. Go ahead.
Continue.
Casey Kern, Carl Jacobs, Omega Buster, and Karen Lindner.
Real quick, another housekeeping thing. This is the week
Yes.
where we're blowing up the MCU in review.
Oh, yes. Big day.
We're
Big
doing
one.
the Marvel re-rank this week. Very excited. Me, Nick, Andy, and Greg will all be bringing our own new official lists that we're going to be using going forward, ranking every single Marvel movie ever. So stay tuned for a very special episode of In Review. And speaking of that, Marvel Madness is upon us, everybody. Tomorrow, the Fantastic Four trailer drops, so we're going to react to it. Same crew. Me, Nick,
What time?
Andy. 10
What time will that be
a.m.
happening? Fantastic.
10 a.m. We're going to react to it in place of Games Daily. Games Daily will happen after that, but very, very exciting stuff. I can't wait. First steps. Let's hope it's good.
I hope so.
I
too.
think it's going to be.
I'm very excited for the next 3 weeks we have of Marvel shit.
Yep.
It's going to be very, very fun, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, I'm joined by the one and only Forbes 30 Under 30, the second best baby blues in all of San Francisco, Mr. Tim Geddes,
Let Tim host.
and the czar of Nar himself, the Colorado Boulders' biggest fan,
Yeah.
Mr. Snowbike Mike. How you doing over there, buddy?
I'm good. I'm eating some treats
Okay.
right now.
Yeah.
Tim, I don't know if you know, but like after every meal, not every meal, maybe breakfast excluded, I just have this, my mind goes to, I need something sweet after that.
A little
I want to
dessert.
finish this off with some dessert.
Okay.
And then I look around and, you know, Roger's, he's shaking and baking for the podcast. You know, me and Nick just got off stream. And I was like, do I run across the street, get myself a little Frappuccino and a chocolate bar? And I didn't have that time.
Frappuccino and a chocolate
I
You
bar.
want
gotta
that
have
sweet.
both.
Hold on. So
Sweet.
I'm not trying to blow up your spot too
Yeah.
much here, Mike, because you know I love you near
Tell
and
me,
dear.
tell me,
But
tell me.
you're here telling me that you need a little dessert for every meal, including
Yeah.
lunch. What did you have for lunch?
Taco Bell today.
Okay.
Hello,
So
T-Bell.
let's just wash down some Taco Bell with a
Yeah.
Frappuccino
Well,
and
it's
a
like
glass
you have-
and a chocolate bar.
Yes.
How we doing? How we doing on that
mix.
fitness challenge we started in January?
I don't know if you noticed.
we doing okay?
No ice chais.
Oh, that's great.
Did you notice
That's
all
a
last
good
week?
start.
No ice chais.
Oh,
That
shit.
explains the
no
lack
ice
of energy. That's been fantastic.
I've been pounding pineapple juice instead of ice chais.
Oh,
but, you know.
that's just as good for you.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
yeah.
Instead of having any sort of protein, which I'm sure you got in some of the oat milk in the iced chai, now
no
you're just doing
need
pure
for
sugar.
40 ounces of iced chai when you can just have a water and a small pineapple juice.
A small
Yeah.
So
pineapple
that's what's
juice.
happened. 8 days.
8 days. You feeling good about that?
I'm trying to cut down on the sugary drinks. I think that's step one, along with getting up and moving, which I didn't do. But you know what? We're gonna get on that eventually.
Yeah.
But like first, I wanted these shortcakes from where, Roger? Trinidad.
Trinidad. This is from Roger's trip to Trinidad.
Why don't you try it?
Which
Now, when I
want
thought
to talk
of-
about.
Try one of these with me, Tim. The blueberry shortcake from Trinidad, from Devon. And you know what? At first, Nick, I hated them.
Yeah.
Now that I'm 4 deep going on number 8, I love them. Let's get more of these. Let's get more of these ASAP.
I mean,
You
I'm a
did.
shortbread guy. You know what I mean?
But it's good.
Kind of hits when it hits.
It's good. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, today's episode of the Kind of Funny podcast is brought to you by Aura Frames, but we'll talk about them a little bit later. Mike, you started off before we were getting ready by saying you hated these snacks. You didn't like them. Get them out of
Yeah.
here. Then you walked back with another package of them,
Yeah.
presumably to talk shit about them.
No, to eat them. No,
To eat them.
It was strictly to eat them.
Thank you, Raj. They were good.
I will say that the sweet tooth was screaming. It was like, hey, that was a great Taco Bell. You know, shout out to the chicken quesadilla. Got a little spice to it. Did you know that?
Well, I ate your
cheese.
Doritos Locos Taco that
Yes.
you buy.
Why are they hitting me with the spice? I like the spice,
Yeah.
but then sometimes it's too spicy.
Really?
I'm like, too spicy.
Oh, I'm a spicy guy though.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
And so my sweet tooth was screaming, let's stop that. Let's shut that down. Let's get something. And so I grabbed a Coca-Cola and I grabbed one of these. Took my first bite, hated this.
I just
know what
want to like think about the things
Just
the
a dry
myriad of things
Coca-Cola.
he's talked about eating in the last hour of his life.
It's wild. It is quite the combo.
Can't Mike? Can I put you?
Tell me.
Can we do an exercise
Yeah.
where for like 2 weeks I anything you think you're gonna eat,
Yeah.
I want you to text me
Uh-huh.
and I'll say yes or no.
Okay. You want to do that?
I
We'll
will
make
manage
content
your
out of it?
diet.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll make content out of it.
Starting tomorrow morning, I'm going to send you a text message.
The answer is no. You're not. You can't
And
have
the
whatever
first
it
text
is.
message is, I'm going to see Charlie across the street and I'm going to buy pineapple juice and a water bottle.
Yes to the water bottle, no to the pineapple juice.
I really wonder what they think of us across the street, of
They
like
think
the
we're crazy.
different orders that we put in every day,
Yeah.
orders, whatever you want to call it, what we buy.
I
every
told you
single
about the
day.
guy down the street. I got my car smog checked because I had to get it registered.
Mhm.
Did I tell you about this?
Yeah.
Mike, did I tell you this story? I was like, guy's like, hey man, I was like, hey, can you take? I gotta get my car registered. I gotta get it smog checked. It says new smog check. Guy's like, yeah, no problem. What do you need? He's like, how'd you hear about us? I was like, oh, I work in the neighborhood, like up the street. The guy's like, where? I was like, that building, and I pointed to. He goes, that one? He goes, what do you guys do there? And I'm like, just a little bit of that, a little bit. He goes, you shoot porn? And then I was at a crossroads. I was like, if I say no, is this going to cost me more?
I know exactly.
If I say yes, is this guy going to be knocking on our door trying to like sweep shit up, maybe a fluffer? I don't know. But I told him no. I was honest. I was like, no.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, it's too bad. We all think you shop. But everyone in the neighborhood thinks we shoot porn.
I love it.
Every
A lot of
single person.
unhealthy
That's
jabronis walking in these doors and they're like, those
Those guys.
Those guys are fucking.
Well, most porn, who cares what the guy looks like?
That's
You know
true,
what I mean?
that's true, that's
just
true.
how it goes.
I don't think it helps that we all got mustaches.
Yeah, that might be
Dude,
it.
I'm so mad. I'm so salty about this, dude. I'm
About
so
your
salty about
mustache?
this. Yes.
Do you hear about it,
'Cause I'm
Tim?
loving this mustache. This mustache is my new look. It's staying around for a while.
Mhm.
I get on stage last month. I'm
I
the
love
only
it.
one with the mustache.
Yeah.
I'm so unique.
It's good.
Look at this goofy
He's the
guy.
guy.
Oh, look at the
Yeah.
clown with the
Look at that
mustache,
guy.
making the jokes about being happily married, right? Flash forward to Saturday night. 3 fucking mustaches
No
on the lineup.
way.
Not 1, not 2. 3 mustaches. To the point where I was like, we have to make a joke about all of us having mustaches now.
Yeah.
It was sad.
So, I mean, were you the trendsetter with this, or like, do you know these people? Like, what's happening?
I know all of them, and one of them had a mustache before, and he looked way better than me. But my friend Jack came, and he was hosting, and he was like, I was like, oh, you have a mustache too? He goes, yeah. He's like, I don't know why I had a beard for so long. It's so much easier. to
So
have a
after
mustache."
giving you
was
so
like,
much shit for
"Oh,
this, then they do it themselves.
Yeah.
This sounds very familiar.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
This sounds just like you get a group of people together, they're just
Yeah.
fucking around having fun all day, all night. You know, eventually the shit talking turns into just reality.
I've never heard anything about that. I don't know. I've never heard that experience before.
Never heard of that. Never been
I
there.
don't know.
God. Before we went live, when Mike brought these things out, I was questioning what they were. Because I know that he does like to go across the street and buy little snackies every once in a while. But I thought at first glance that it was those old school little like fruit pie situations that were kind of like the sweet empanadas.
I want to say they're like Entenmann's or Hostess. I think they're Hostess pies.
Are those?
I want to
No.
say Hostess cherry pies.
They
I wanna
seem
say
not
that.
on
I
the
think so.
Hostess level. Hostess is like, that's the
That's a cake.
premium,
The
right?
ones that have sort of a little bit of a weird glaze or frosting on the
Yeah.
outside of it. I'm pretty sure they're Hostess. Roger, do you have
they
the
always
capability
read
of
to
looking
me
that up?
as
they
like
are. They are.
they're actually Hostess. That surprises me.
Hostess
Little
fruit pies.
pies.
See?
Nah, see, this looks way too fancy.
No.
This-
Trust me. They came out and they're like, wow, this is kind of a little hard.
Yeah, but like
Go to the images search.
they don't come in a box though. I mean, maybe these days. Yeah, okay.
Getting closer to what you're thinking?
It is kind of, but
Yeah,
like
the
this-
lemon one's right there. Click on the lemon one.
Lemon one? Which one?
Yeah, oh god, I remember the lemon ones. It's just stuff
good.
inside of it. It's
So
just
good.
goo.
Okay, yeah, hold on. The bottom right picture where you're yeah, this
That's
is
it
kind
right
of what I was
there.
thinking. So
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
okay,
Like the
those,
apple
they
pie.
are Hostess. But there was, I
Wow.
swear to God, there was a different brand that I'm thinking of.
That's
But
possible.
they were they were colored this way too, though. Like
Yeah, I just remember the Hostess because I remember it being like, I'll eat this apple pie, and
Yeah.
it barely tasted like apple. It was just sugar and kind of stale.
Always.
It kind of like just tasted like dough. It was very weird.
But I wasn't mad at it though.
No, fuck no. When you're a kid, what do you care?
Yeah.
What do you care?
I just remember they were so cheap. It was like 4 for $1 or something like that. Like those things were like,
I've never seen them in my life.
wow.
I've never seen those.
I think you'd like them.
I do love going across the street and
Oh,
seeing
Mike
all the
would love
crazy
those.
stuff that he has there, right? Like, then you start getting into weird, like, breakfast breads. And you're like, why does he have banana bread? How old is that banana bread? Should I be buying this gas station banana bread loaf? And sometimes I think maybe today's the day, you know?
For a man who is as motivated as you are,
Yeah.
you know, you stream a lot, you get out a lot,
Get
you
out
hike
there.
a lot. I'm curious as to why you don't want to focus a little bit more on your diet.
You know, I was finding a good rhythm there up in Tahoe right before I left. You know, we were doing the fun factor meals I was trying. I was cooking a little bit. And then, you know, I came down here and there's just so much incredible food selection. People will cook for you. Then I said, you know, why would I worry about that? You
who's
know what I
cooking
mean?
for you?
I'm going to Original Joe's. They're cooking up a great
Oh,
pork
restaurants will
chop.
cook
You know
for
what I
you.
mean?
You're
I
just
understand.
describing a restaurant.
I'm going to
I thought he had some, I thought he had some
Wendy's.
like hot older lady who was like, "Come on over, make a little spaghetti. You bring the meatballs."
No, I'm going to Original Joe's. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. I
I mean,
get
man,
you.
it's good food, but man, that's, you know where you need to go?
Tell me.
Called Elena's. It's in West Portal. It's
Okay.
from the family of Original Joe's, but it's Mexican food.
Oh.
Oh,
And it's the quality
Oh,
of
hey
Original
now.
Joe's, but it's Mexican food. And it's top tier. I'd put it up there like top 3 favorite restaurants in SF at this point for me.
Because Original Joe's is top 2 for me.
Yeah.
In
with
the
good
in
reason.
SF. House of Prime Rib, Original Joe's.
I love that for you.
That's my combo.
Hell yeah. Hopper, baby.
We got to go back to House of Prime.
We got it.
The best.
What if we went tonight? What if
Oh, it
everyone in
works
this
that
office
way.
went tonight?
Roger will come.
Will he?
We'll go.
Why are you saying that I will?
Because like it's House of Prime Rib. Everybody
gotta
goes to House of
come.
Prime Rib, Roger.
We're sitting
all
in the
going.
streaming room, and I say, Mike, how was the Royal Rumble on Saturday at the studio? Mike's like, it was great. Roger goes, he didn't go.
It was
You didn't go?
great.
It is always weird with Mike
Yeah.
because, you know, everyone kind of funny. There's dynamics, there's relationships, there's ups,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
downs, there's everything in between, right? Me and Mike have such a good relationship. And every once in a while, I get pushed to an edge of like, why is Mike doing the thing or not doing
Why
the
is he
thing
not doing
that
the
he is
thing?
or is not doing?
Yeah.
And I have to sit there and be like, I see everyone getting worked up about this. And I have questions, but sometimes I can just stay out of it. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
you
Tim
just stay out
sits
of
his
it.
happy
Why?
butt on the sofa and enjoys it. Is right.
Why was Mike not here on Sunday? I don't know. I
cares?
don't know.
That's
Does
my
it make
thing.
any sense?
No.
Is there anything he could say that makes it make sense? No.
I just didn't feel like coming.
It's kind of endearing when I see Tim have the moment that we all have all the time, like me and Andy specifically. He's like, why didn't he show up? I'm like, it's just a mic thing. He's like, what's
See,
that mean? And I'm like, it's just a mic thing.
Yeah, and I get it. And that's the thing is, it's like I could push deeper. I have the man sitting
He
right
could
here.
push
I go
deeper
straight
if he
to the
wanted
horse's
to.
mouth. But I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm just gonna let this one slide.
Here's the thing. I'm always on your side, Mike.
Of course you
Nick,
are.
you
I
get it,
never,
Nick.
because I get it, right?
What do you get?
I get it.
He gets it.
I get it. Hey, it sounds fun to do this thing, but on the day you go, it's so much energy. I don't want to be around people right now.
Well, you know, Nick's got a beautiful life. He's got
got
a
a life.
life. He's going out to Target on Saturday afternoon. You think he can
What's
pull
this
up
have to
here?
do with you?
That's like me. You know what I
This
mean?
little
It's just like Mike.
deflecting ass
Mike's
shit
got a
all
life.
the time.
Mike's got a
this
life.
guy that wasn't going to come at all anyways.
I wasn't even invited.
He has a great life.
I was
He
not even
wasn't
invited.
Who didn't invite Nick? You know what I mean? To WrestleMania.
I'll tell you why I
Rumble.
wasn't invited, because you sent me that email, it's gonna
Yeah.
get bounced right back to you. I got a firewall up, dog. I'm
I
not trying
love,
to come in
there's
any sugar.
nothing that I appreciate more in this company than people bringing up the fact that they're not invited to something when every invite ever to
Yes.
any event is either a weekly production meeting conversation or a Slack at some point of just like,
Wasn't
hey,
invited.
motherfuckers, anyone come through.
Yeah, but Blessing knows that if he wants me to come to a party here, like a New Year's Eve party here, he has to call me and like send me an invite.
Blessing knows that.
Yeah.
He knows that now. He
Yeah.
gets it.
Uh-huh.
My time is very valuable.
Yeah,
of
it's a big
course.
year
I
for
can't be
Bless.
bothered. I can't be bothered.
2025, he's riding.
Yeah.
Ride or die, he says, on anything.
Pun intended.
And
That's his whole
it's
thing.
wild because he's doing it too. And
Yeah.
I love it.
You
I
hear that?
love this energy.
Blessing's going to intend every pun in 2025.
Oh, we're not. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Mhm.
Welcome
Proud
to
of
the team. That's great, man. I got to spend more time with Blessing.
You do.
I don't
He
know.
hates you. He
Blessing?
hates me. He hates everybody. I'm
Does
pretty
Blessing
sure.
hate me?
Likes
Well,
his
he could
space.
be here, but he's not.
He doesn't like
last
last-minute
minute. He doesn't like
changes,
last-minute
he says,
changes.
you know.
That's too bad too.
Which
Because
I get it.
I want to talk to him a
appreciate
little about SketchFest because he's really into SketchFest.
Mhm.
He's been picking my brain on that. He's like, how do we take part in SketchFest? And I was like, it's very, very extremely easy.
Yes, you
we
just do
submit
something
a
during
thing,
the time. Yeah.
And I'm sure that the people at SketchFest would be like, oh, you guys have a big audience in San
Yeah.
Francisco? We'd absolutely want to do that. But I just didn't know people wanted to do that. And I was like, do you want to do that because it's fun, or do you want to do that because you just want to go party with Iffy, like at the parties? And he's like, both. And I was like, well, then I'm your guy. Super easy. So maybe, ladies and gentlemen, I'm calling it. No promises. But maybe I will return to SketchFest again next year. And maybe Blessing will join
that's
me.
huge.
Who
Scarpino may
knows?
return.
Who knows?
I believe. I think it'll
The
happen.
SketchFest is fun though. It's good. It's cool to be a part of those local, local festivals. I want Clusterfest to come back. Do you remember that?
No. Wait,
Fun.
was that the one that was
Billy
like
Graham?
Yeah. Okay.
It was
Big
wild.
dog one with a
Yeah.
lot of celebrities.
Oh yeah, I wish that would come back. That was a fun one. That was Comedy Central did Clusterfest, and it was just a massive live, I think it was a week long festival. That was super cool. That was super fun. But yes, it's no Sketchfest. It's no in a basement with 300 people Sketchfest.
Sweating.
Yeah.
Looking at just a wet water pipe in the green room. Where's that?
I'm at a venue, and it was so hot in there that the water pipe above us was just piping in cold water throughout the building, was perspiring.
I don't like that.
And I was like, why is it raining on me in here? What's dripping? I thought it was poo-poo water,
Ew.
but I think it was just the heat of my
Yeah.
comedy career
Yeah.
heating up.
That's exactly.
It's
That's
so
how
hot
it
right
is.
now. That mustache is taking it to the next level. Is right.
That's it. Mike, I do want to talk to you more, but I want to talk. I don't know if Roger's available and or if this is the right time, but I do want to hear about maybe just some highlights from your trip to Trinidad, Roger.
Is you gonna tell some stories?
Yeah, this is a weird one, right? Because I mean, I guess I could tell the story.
Roger,
now.
with the squad.
I mean,
man.
like,
You're
I'm
with
here,
us.
right?
Who, let me ask you this question,
You're
Roger.
with us.
Who out of the important people in your life is not sitting at this table?
That's so true.
Right?
That's
Honest.
so true. Everyone I love.
This is your big three.
Everyone I love is in this room right now. This is beautiful. Okay, perfect. So yeah, no, I had a good time in Trinidad. That's where my mom is from. Haven't been since I was like 4 years old.
Okay.
So I have so much family there. It's really beautiful. You know, it's island living, right? And if you don't know anything about Trinidad, it's an island off the coast of Venezuela. It has I'm of Indian diaspora of this section of Trinidad, but it's a very diverse island. It's just beautiful. I was drinking a lot of beers. I was on a boat. I was getting sunburned. It was an incredible experience. Eating so much food. I ate armadillo.
What the hell?
I ate armadillo.
Wait,
know about
that's
Crikey.
amazing. Wait, back up. So what prompted the trip?
Just to see family.
Just to go see family, okay.
Yeah, just see
Well, and
family.
also this was kind of like in a way a coming out party
To
of
introduce
you and Leandra,
them to-
right?
Yeah,
Of like,
exactly.
meet my fiance.
Yeah,
fiance.
They haven't met her. They haven't seen me since I was like 4 years old and just annoying as hell. Wouldn't eat anything other than spaghetti and meatballs. That was the story that kept on coming up.
From
was that-
spaghetti to armadillo, pretty big jump.
Exactly.
Eating everything.
Exactly. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you last time you were here, you were just only eat spaghetti and meatballs. That's all you asked for." Now look at me. Look at me.
That island time can change you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll tell you what. If you left me on island time for too long, it might change me forever.
You'd be gone.
You know what I mean?
You'd be gone.
There's a moment you don't come back from island time.
There's an alternate reality where Mike is just Captain Ron, where he just has are you familiar with that movie, the Kurt Russell movie?
Oh
What?
no.
Captain Ron. Okay, well that one fell flat. It's an old Kurt Russell movie where he plays a captain and he has like an eye patch and it keeps going. He's just a con man. That's like a that's Captain Ron right there. That's Mike.
Yeah, I would be down in
Oh my
Hawaii,
God.
bro.
Look at his little onesie situation. Oh, it's just a deep tank
That's
top.
just a deep tank, bro.
That's
Oh,
good,
it's so
dude.
deep,
That's
bro.
Captain Ron right
That's
there.
what we want to look
tasteful
like
it
this
is.
summer.
Yeah. Oh
Just
man.
That's how I'm
deep.
living right there.
God, I'd love to get ripped.
That's good.
Yeah, that island
So
time.
you go out there. How long's the flight there?
So that sucked. I mean, that was it was from I had to go from SFO to JFK. I land at midnight, and then for some reason it's midnight, and I'm fucking delirious. And basically, our flight was in Terminal 5, and we were originally landing at Terminal 4. So I'm like, okay, cool. We land at Terminal 4. I'm like, okay, let's get the fuck out of here. Let's take the Airbus. Let's go to Terminal 5. So we leave. We go past security. We have to go outside. We take the Airbus. And we're looking at the Airbus and it says, okay, take the Airbus to Terminal 1, 2, 3, 4, 6,
Yep.
7.
Yep.
And I'm
Yep.
like,
That happens.
fucking idiot, Roger. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let's just go back go through security. Security's closed till 2:30.
Fucking Roger.
And this is where we get into it, right? Where it's like, fine, we wait 2:30 a.m. We finally go through. Takes us 2 seconds. We get to our terminal. Our flight's at 7:30 a.m. Right? Because my mom lives in New York. I could have went to go see my mom, but it's like a 35-minute ride, and it's just whatever. Let's just sleep. We'll sleep at the terminal, at the gate, whatever. We'll have a good time. And this is where I get my anxiety. I get my anxiety from my mother. My mother has so much anxiety, right? She's always anxious. She's ready to go. She's so hyped up. So 2:30 a.m. we get at this gate. We're ready to sleep, and then my mom texts me. She's like, "I'm here. I'm here for a 7:30 a.m. flight at 2:30 a.m. And I'm ready to
No
fucking
way.
My mom pulls up and she's like, "Let's get Starbucks. Let's talk. Let's hang out. Let's do
your
this
mom's
thing."
a fucking roll dog,
Yo,
dude. That's awesome.
She is ready to go. So yeah, we drink some coffees, and Leanne's not having any
2 a.m. coffees.
2:30 a.m.
I mean, I love that.
I'm just shocked that there was a 2 a.m. There's something open for you.
It's 24 hours. The worst Starbucks you could possibly imagine.
Hey, that's a big deal. A lot of
Dude,
airports, they shut down.
I've been to early flights, I think at SFO, where they don't have the thing's not open yet.
They were up at JFK. They were
Thank
up
God.
at
That's
JFK.
nice.
Get up.
Yeah, so then that was another 5 hours. So in total, that's like 10 hours. But then also I had a layover, right? So that sucked, right? So then I had a great week, seeing family, partying, drinking, just having a great time, watching you guys. Like that was great to see, like, from the other side of it, right? Being able to like react to I think the Xbox Direct happened, right? So that was fun.
I watch all the time.
Yeah, me too.
You can't make me not watch. You know what I mean? Day off, I'm watching.
But it's nice not to be in the studio, right? Yeah, so I'm watching it. So yeah, it was nice, a good time. So then I'm on this flight back, right? So we're going to JFK, and then I have like a 12-hour layover. So I slept over at my mom's house, right? So I'm on this flight, and it's one of those nice flights, right, where it's just a little empty, and you get lucky, right? So then me and Leanza, I'm usually on the aisle seat. She's usually in the middle. She gets to go to the window seats, right? So I'm on the aisle. She's on the window seat. It's fucking awesome, and I'm playing Hollow Knight, right? I'm having the best time of my life. I'm just geeked up. So I get on this flight, sit down, having a good time. And during the entire flight, right, like the entire time, I just feel like this, like a little push on the back of my chair the entire time. Like I'm like, what the fuck is happening
That's the
right
best.
now? And then I turn around, like it's like almost rhythmic, right? So it's like, is it a guy like tapping his foot or something? Like I don't know what the fuck is happening, right?
Yeah, you know what it is.
No,
don't know.
Put the blanket over us. You know what it is, Roger.
No, No, it's not the guy. The guy was not whacking his meat, right? But I turned around just to check, right? Like see what the vibe is, right? Like
Gotta
is
double
the guy,
check.
Little Craig check.
Is the guy whacking his meat? No, he's not. He's like, I turn around, I don't even see his eyes, right? Because he just has his head down. He's like sleeping on the
God.
on the table, right? Like the pull down table.
Yeah.
So he's just sleeping. I just assume he's just like moving his leg as he's sleeping.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever. It just happened the entire flight, right? So halfway through the flight, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm chilling. I'm reclined a little bit. Like everyone else is reclined on this fucking flight, right? So again, I recline, same rhythmic tapping. I'm like, okay, I'm chilling, right? And then about halfway through this flight, Lanza needs to go use the bathroom, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. I get up. She goes past me. She goes to the bathroom. I sit back down. 2 minutes later, I get back up. She goes, sits down. I sit back down. I put on my headphones. I'm playing Hollow Knight, having a good time. And then the guy smacks me on the side of my head.
What?
The guy fucking slaps me on the side of my head.
Stop it.
Open hand fucking slaps me.
Smacked him.
Wait, he's
What?
behind you and he just slapped you?
He just reaches over on the right side of my head and fucking smacks me.
No.
And it was one of those moments where I look at Lance and I'm like, did I just like die? Like what? Just, like not like that hurt so bad. Like did that happen? And she looks at me. She's like, what the fuck? And I take off my headphones, noise canceling headphones. I take it off, and all I hear is this guy saying, "You keep on moving your fucking chair, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna keep on fucking slapping you." I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I had no conversation with this guy. I was not moving my chair. I'm playing Hollow Knight, bro. I'm fucking locked into this boss. I am not moving. And I turn around and like his whole family's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? He's talking to him, not me.
Yeah.
And they're trying to protect him, right? They're trying to move him around, and he's like, I'm gonna beat
Randy,
your ass.
calm down.
Yeah,
Holy
exactly.
shit! I cannot imagine Roger handling this.
Yeah.
Well, emotionally.
Yeah, I'm more stunned. Like, I'm like, I don't know what to do, right? Like, I'm not cursing at him. I'm not gonna start a fight, right? Again, we're on a flight to JFK, maybe the airport you don't want to get arrested at, like out of all the airports in America. So I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking fight this guy. I'm not gonna like start some shit, right? So I'm like, okay, like he keeps on yelling at me, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna like I don't know what to do. I'm just looking at him. He's looking at me. He's yelling at me. So him and his friend switch spots. Like they were in an aisle across or whatever. So they switch spots. And this is the moment where I'm like, I look at Lance. I'm like, what do I do? Like, do I
You
say
call
something?
the stewardess and be like, some guy just assaulted me.
So then none of the stewardess saw this or anything. So then I'm like, you know what? It's time for the moment. It's time for to use the button that I've never used before.
Use the button, Roger.
And then I sit
That
there
guy just
after I
slapped
just got slapped, right? I just sit there like, I press the button, looking around, and then I realize very slowly that button doesn't do anything. You know what I mean? Like that button just kind of does a ding.
No, it does.
It puts a little light on.
It puts a little light on.
I know, but like if they don't notice that light, there's nothing. It's not like it's like a fucking pager that
Oh,
like
you're
alerts
out.
them,
No,
right?
you're on a live wire.
Yeah.
You're out there by yourself.
Yeah, so I'm just sitting there looking around. I'm like, I just kind of have like the most deflating, like, man, I just got bitch slapped, and I'm like sitting here.
That's amazing.
Now let's take this back a
Yeah.
little bit
Yeah.
because obviously you reacted properly.
Yeah.
Which is that you didn't overreact and you didn't cause a stir or whatever. How big was this guy?
He's about my size. He's a little younger, probably like 21. But like
Okay.
he's I wouldn't say he's like the most in fit person. Like he's not like ripped or anything, but he's
Right.
like a little bit more fit than me, I would say. Right? Like I don't know. I'd be clearly slapping people.
How
right?
hard
He's
was
ready
the
to go.
slap?
Not that
And did
hard.
it hit your headphones and
Yeah.
graze it?
It
or
hit my
was it like,
headph-
oh, you just palmed my back of my head?
It hit my headphones and like the side of my head. Like it wrapped
Okay.
around. It was like thin headphones. So he like got a little bit of his hand on me, but also hit my headphones.
Okay.
So it wasn't like just to take off my headphones. It was like to hit me. You know what I
And
mean?
so
It was like,
he
Yeah,
thinks
straight up
Roger's
battery.
moving his chair. Roger thinks he's moving his chair.
yeah. Well, so
Were
Somebody's
you like,
moving
were you
shit.
moving
Yeah.
around a lot? Were you doing
no,
this shit?
not at all. So what I think
You riding the
happened-
pony?
Yeah, I
Were
was
you riding it? Were you cowgirling it?
I was just getting it.
Hollow Knight, man.
Reverse cowgirl, you
I'm
In a
just fucking
sexual
Hollow
way.
Knighted out.
right.
No, what I think happened was that he was sleeping, I'm sure, on
Yeah.
this plane and just moving his leg. So I think that when I got up to let Leanza go to the bathroom,
Yeah, hit his head probably.
he woke up and then thought that I was moving my chair and then put his head down. And then when I got back up to let Leanza back in, I sat down and then he just fucking lost it. And
Yeah, he
just
probably said-
assumed that I was fucking with him, but I totally was not. Yeah, so
That's
it was,
insane.
it was just like, it was one of those moments where I was like, it happened, and then they moved us, and then like the police ended up showing up. And then
Yeah,
I,
you gotta get the
Oh,
police
yeah,
are
it's the
getting
whole thing.
involved.
Oh, yeah,
So-
yeah, yeah, oh, yeah. So
whoa,
yeah, we hear the
whoa,
ding dong, and then
whoa.
what
So yeah,
happens?
so sorry, yeah. So I hit the ding dong, and then so then I'm just like have the moment where I sit there and I'm like, I need to get up, right? It's
Yeah.
like you should probably get up and talk to them. So I get up and I'm like, hey, exactly, you know me, Tim. This is exactly
Yeah.
how I say it.
I
right?
love this.
I don't want to be a
Hey,
bother, but
a guy just fucking slapped me.
yeah.
Hey, a guy just fucking slapped me, and I don't know what to do in this situation. And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And I explained it to her, and she was like, okay. And then we moved seats. And the funniest part about this all is my mom is with us, but she's not in the row, right? She's like 5 rows ahead. Like we just,
Oh,
we just
wow.
couldn't make it happen, right? So as I'm... As I'm being moved to like the front of the plane so that they can like separate us or whatever and figure this whole situation out. I'm walking and then I have like 2 seconds with my mom and I'm like, hey mom, this is such a stupid story, but like a kid hit me. Like I'll tell you about it later. Don't worry about it. Like I'm not assuming the police are going to come or anything crazy like that. Like,
Right.
I'm assuming it's just
Well.
nothing. And then so then my mom afterwards, once we landed, I'll tell you about that later. Once I had to talk to the police and everything, we land. My mom is like frantic. She has no idea what's happening, right? She like her boyfriend's about to pick us up, and like she doesn't know. So she's calling her boyfriend. Her boyfriend's like circling around like the pickup area and like can't find parking or whatever. And she's telling him, she's like, I don't know, a kid hit Roger's back, and like she thinks that like a kid was hitting my seat, and then like I started a big commotion because a child, like a literal
Right,
child.
right.
Oh my god, I
No,
love
no.
the layers
So
to
my
this.
mom was just like mad at me the entire time, thinking that I'm mad at some little child. But yeah, it was the poor choice of words in that moment. But yeah, so really, should we go to ads? It's 29 minutes. Should we go to ads and then we
Let's
come
go
back?
to- yeah.
Let's
Wow,
go to
you're
ads,
gonna
ladies
leave me
and
on a
gentlemen.
cliffhanger?
We'll be
Oh
right.
my gosh,
We'll be right
Roger.
back.
All right, let me put that in really quick. 29.
Thank God we don't have to run the ads. Yes,
Yeah,
baby.
no, we're here.
Yes, Patreon.
This episode is brought to you by Aura Frames. I'm going to be real. Aura Frames might be the most popular sponsor product people here have ever had at Kinda Funny. Many of us have Aura Frames set up at their desks, and even more of us have gifted them to friends and family to absolute rave results. Aura Frames was named the #1 digital picture frame by Wirecutter, and it's for a good reason. It's so easy to set up, and they have different frame options. We gifted Aura Frames to Gia's mom and dad this holiday, and they're both obsessed with us being able to upload our wedding photos straight to their frames. All you need is the free Aura app and a Wi-Fi connection, and you can upload as many photos and videos as you want, and your favorite live iPhone photos will play right on the frame. Right now, you can save on the perfect gift that keeps on giving by visiting auraframes.com. For a limited time, listeners can get $20 off of their best-selling Carver matte frame with code KINDAFUNNY. That's auraframes.com, promo code KINDAFUNNY. Don't forget to mention that we sent you to show your support for this show. Terms and conditions apply.
Okay, so we land. Well, by the way, as we're about to land, the stewardess comes up to us and she's like, "Hey, listen. So this is the situation. Like, the police are gonna come. Like, the police are gonna come, and like the JetBlue security are gonna come, right? So when we land, this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna land, and then when we say like everybody get off the plane, you're gonna get up and just move to like the first class area. Like as soon as like that's open, you just sit there and then just wait for everyone to deboard, and we'll keep him in his seat. And then when the police will come in, like they'll figure it out, right? We'll talk to you, right? So I'm like, okay, cool, sounds good. So we land. I'm with Leanza. We're like, okay, cool. I get my stuff. I'm ready to go. And they're like, hey, everybody, make sure to get your bags. Have a safe flight, or welcome home to JFK and to New York. And also, just have a good time. So everyone gets up. They start walking, and they're like, actually, we need everyone to sit back down.
Oh, no.
They say
it's going down.
Everyone actually needs to sit back down because we
passenger 57.
We
Roger.
need to remove 2 passengers off the plane first.
Fuck yeah.
That
yeah,
is exactly
that's how they gotta
what
do
they
it.
say.
Yeah.
Is it you and Leanza, or was it the other guy?
Oh, me and this other guy.
Fuck yeah, Roger. Fuck yeah.
So then,
Roger's the fucking law.
and I'm in front of him, right? So the guy's like all the way in the back of the plane. I'm in like the front. So then the flight attendant after that message. First of all, after the message, Leanza looks at me and she's like, should you get your stuff? Because they might be talking about someone else. I'm like, they're talking about me.
They're never talking about me, Leanza. Yeah, you gotta get my shit. You gotta get my shit now.
Exactly. No, we're fucking.
Give a bag, Mom.
Yeah, get my bag back.
They're talking about me. So then I get up and I'm like, okay, cool. Leanza, like, she's a witness. She fucking saw the whole thing, right? Like, let's get up. And then as I get up, the flight attendant looks at me and says, no, very loudly, only you. And like she's pointing at me, and like everyone's just kind of like, what the fuck is happening? So then me with 2 bags, she wants me to take everything with 2 fucking carry-on pieces of luggage. I'm walking, and then just everyone's staring at me. It's like the principal's office situation of like everyone's like, what the fuck did this guy do?
I would not have handled this well.
Yeah, and I'm in the front of the plane, so
I'd
this.
don't bring drugs into the country.
And this happened on the back of the plane.
They'll
So like
catch
the
you.
people
They'll
in the
find
front,
you.
the people in the front of the plane had no idea what happened. So they're truly looking at me like, "What the fuck did you do?"
Yeah.
So then I walk, and there's just a police officer, and I'm even more flustered, right? And I'm like so nervous, and I'm just like, they're like, "What happened?" I'm like, "So the guy fucking hit me." Like,
I mean, it's crazy. That's what happened. Some dude hit
I don't
you.
know.
hit
I didn't talk to him. I don't know what happened. The guy fucking hit me. So then they had to. They had to make a makeshift situation, so like they had to separate us, right?
Yeah.
So there's like it's the
And what were his kid's parents like freaking out at this point, or his family?
From what I could tell, they were just annoyed by him. Like I don't think they're freaking out. Like it was just more of like
They're
what
like,
the
he
fuck?
does this on every flight.
I'm sure.
We're just
yeah. This
gonna
seemed like
let
it was
him
a
loose in
regular
economy
occurrence.
class next time.
But yeah, so I talked to the officer. He's like, okay, we got to separate you. So then like they bring us like up this like little like raised area. Like I don't even. I guess it's like a security exit or whatever. So I'm just kind of standing by like this banister and just kind of hide in there while they take out the other guy. And they're like, don't look at him.
Don't incite it. Yeah, you can't incite it, bro.
Don't look at him. Don't talk to him.
Yeah.
Don't
Well,
don't
he's
make
all
his
That's how it
fucking
goes.
pump.
Don't look his
Pump on
way.
him.
So I'm just like, and then it just becomes this boring situation where we're just like, I feel so fucking awful because now everybody's on this plane. They're still on the plane.
No.
As I'm talking
That's
to the police,
horrible.
As I'm talking to the police, they're still on this fucking plane. And my mom is still there, but she has no idea what the fuck is happening. She's not sitting with Leanza. So then finally, like they disboard the plane. Everyone leaves the plane, but like we're still there. Like we're still waiting for like them to write up something or whatever. And I'm waiting with these two cops that are there for my protection, I guess. So this guy just come back and start slapping me, I guess. I don't know. And then I'm just sitting there and like bored. This other police officer's like scrolling. And I'm scrolling too on my phone. We're just like
We're all scrolling.
We're just scrolling for our lives,
Scrolling.
waiting for this to be fucking over. And
Jesus.
they're yapping about like God, this should have taken why is it taking so fucking long? Like they're annoyed too. We're scrolling, and then as I'm scrolling, I just hear out of nowhere over the loudspeaker, "Passenger, stop using your phone. Put it away." And I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? Some security person was watching on the camera and said something in a speaker somewhere that I couldn't find. I was
to
like,
you?
What the fuck? Yeah, to me.
I would be suing the fuck out of JetBlue right now if this is how they treated me after I got evicted. I'd be like, what are you even thinking about? Why was there not a JetBlue person being like, I'm so sorry this happened?
No one from JetBlue came to me. It was just like all like the Port Authority cops or whatever.
So no, did you talk to a JetBlue person at all?
I haven't gotten an email ever since. Like I haven't gotten a message.
You should hit up JetBlue customer service and be like, hey, I got assaulted on one of your, somebody hit me on one of your planes. Like, are you doing something about this? What's happening?
So I'll hit them up.
Did they force the kid to come apologize to you?
No, it's not.
So how did this end?
Oh, it just ended like the most anticlimactic way where they walked up to me and they're like, so, since he hit you, but you don't have any like bruises or anything, like it's just a harassment charge, but it's like not a charge because, we have to write this up and send it to fucking TSA. So, this is what we're going to do. He's going to go first, and then we're going to have one of our officers escort you out the building. So I would have been
like this. How about y'all go back to your desk and I'll handle this with this kid when he comes out. When the kid comes out, it's going to be more than a bruise, is what I would tell this motherfucker.
But yeah, so we just walk out, and then my mom just
that would
fucking
piss me off
just
so bad.
Fucking
I would
frantic.
be irate.
Oh, but that's the funniest thing. I'm gonna be honest, guys. The worst part about this is not getting hit. The worst part is having to fucking endure the amount of people.
Yeah, that's what I'd be mad about.
No, the amount of people that I have to talk to that say like, oh man, if I was on that flight, I'll beat him up. I would do all this. I'm like, no, you wouldn't,
No,
bro.
I would not beat the kid up. I would be like, hey, I don't understand why this is being handled in this way. Like, I'd be mad at I'd be mad at the flight attendants and at the cop. I'd be like, first off, don't you have an air marshal? Second off, like,
oh, they definitely did.
Why is this situation? Why am I being further victimized by this situation?
What is happening?
Like, why is this?
I
Why is
couldn't
the
scroll, bro?
Once you got slapped on this plane, why did the trauma keep happening to you? This other kid that like you, if this was like a comedy sketch, Roger's getting in like a holding cell somewhere, and they're checking his ass with a fucking with a rubber glove. Meanwhile, this kid's getting champagne over there, and it's like, do we just not like Roger? What happened?
I don't know what happened, bro.
Oh, that would piss me off, dude.
Yeah, and the guy like admitted to hitting me too. Like even like when we were on the flight, like I think the flight attendant originally came to him and was like, "So like what happened?" And he was like, he was moving his seat. And then she was like, okay, so what'd you do about it? He's like, I hit him.
Man, JetBlue's the Wild West. If this were a Frontier flight, they would have made you guys fight outside the fucking plane.
Write that down. Don't get on JetBlue is right.
Oh my God, this is what you get for fucking flying JetBlue, man.
JetBlue's kind of nice.
United would have.
You get unlimited snacks. Dude.
United Airlines would have banned both of you.
Yeah, United
would have taken both of you out and shot you behind the fucking behind the terminal. Yeah, they don't like lawsuits there.
But yeah, no. So then we walked out.
This is wild.
And then this
is a wild ass story.
This police officer like escorted us out, and like it was kind of cool in that sense where like I was able to like walk through like because I had to go through immigration, and he was like cutting through people, and like he was like giving them the fucking passports ahead of time. It was fire. That was cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
That
Personal escort. That's
cool.
cool.
That was sick. But yeah. I got slapped on a plane, everybody. That's the thumbnail.
Roger,
that is the thumbnail.
Yeah, exactly.
For
sure. That was the issue, right? It's that as soon as I got slapped on this fucking plane, I'm like, I see the Andy thumbnail. Yeah. Like, I see it.
It's like, I had a beautiful trip to Trinidad, have amazing stories, but the headline thumbnail is going to be Roger got slapped.
To be fair,
amazing.
It's a better story.
You're right.
It's a better story.
You're right.
Story.
And I want to commend you on the way you handled that, Roger, because obviously you did the absolute right thing. You didn't lose your shit. You didn't assault the guy back. No. You just kept your cool and ratted him out. And that's
the right thing.
It's commendable. Right. You know, you didn't settle it like a man.
No,
you went to the nearest flight attendant, and you got the cops involved.
90% of that would have been just fist fighting on the plane.
Oh my dude, it would have. This could have gone an alternate way where you have 69 million views on fucking TikTok right now. for just pounding this kid's face into the goddamn.
Yeah, it's either Roger got slapped on a plane or Roger
Roger's
got
in
arrested.
jail.
Yeah.
Roger committed murder. Man, Roger, aren't you so glad you didn't start doing jujitsu with me 2 years ago when you
dude.
wanted to?
That'd
You
be
would have
sick.
collar choked this kid in his fucking seat.
I've been waiting
But
for
Nick, it was super good news. Good news and bad news. One, the collar choke you taught me worked. And two, I'm in jail for life.
Yeah.
I killed a kid.
I need bail right
Yeah.
That's wild, Roger.
be like,
and that's
"Oh,
the
Roger,
start of
prank
your
caller."
trip.
now. No, that was the end of my trip. Sorry. That was
Oh,
the
that's how
comeback.
we ended it.
That's how the end of the trip. Yeah, everything
Oh,
else was
bro.
beautiful. and
That's a
nice.
great
Yeah,
ending.
Great time.
Man,
Yeah.
what an ending.
It's
Yeah,
a
we should
great
be all
story.
over JetBlue for some free flights right away, right?
They got to credit you the
Right
flight
away.
back
And
or
the-
something,
And
dude.
the issue is that like I flew JetBlue the next day. Like so that was like I had,
How fun? How much were you like this? When you sat down, were you like,
unironically, yes, because I
making
was
sure
doing,
this kid wasn't on a flight?
Because let me tell you how bad I am at Hollow Knight. I was playing the same boss that I was the day before when I got slapped.
Damn, this is
So
real PTSD.
I'm on this fucking flight with my headphones on in the aisle seats, playing fucking Hollow Knight, the same boss, and I would just feel a breeze, and I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
shit,
Raj.
shit, I'm gonna get smacked.
what
again.
would have been unbelievable is if the next day you sit down and the kid sits in front of you.
Oh,
And you just like, see, doesn't know you are. And then you wait for about like an hour, you up in the air.
Give it to
And when
him.
everything levels off and they say, ladies and gentlemen, we've leveled off. You may use the bathrooms at your own leisure. Just be careful. You let it die down for a second and you lean forward and you go, payback's a bitch.
And then you just keep faking it. You know what I mean? You don't, just like keep making motions like around
Oh,
him.
my gosh,
oh
that's
my
so
lord.
I was
good.
just scared that I was gonna get slapped again. Mostly because I was scared that it was my fault. You know what I mean? Like I started doing the victim thing. Was like, was it my fault?
What was he?
Yeah,
Was he
was I
sleeping
being
on
that?
the like fold out?
I think
the tray
so,
table.
yeah.
So what probably happened, and this happens to me because that's how I tend to. I can't sleep on planes. I'm constantly trying to find some way to sleep. So I'll put my head down like you're in class in high school.
Yeah.
And inevitably, when they get in the chair, it'll slam on top of your fucking head.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because it's not made for that.
Yeah.
But I can't blame them for that because I'm not stupid like this kid is.
Yeah.
This kid is a complete and total idiot, obviously,
Yeah.
and like didn't realize that you weren't doing it on purpose. And obviously, probably maybe he's tired. Who knows? Maybe he's dehydrated. But just not the right way to deal with that
Yeah,
situation.
no.
So kudos to you for surviving that.
Fuck yes,
and
Larry.
having the smarts to save that story for a podcast so you
Yeah.
can make money off of your trauma.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm a real company
yeah,
guy.
Roger.
Wild.
Yeah.
He's a company
Wild.
man.
Mike, what would you do if you saw Roger get slapped in the back of the head?
I'd probably
I
start
know.
dying of laughter, and then I'd laugh. I would.
Yeah, you would.
I
Especially
couldn't
because my
contain it.
bald head, it probably made a sound for sure.
Oh my god!
Made that plasticky sound as you hit your
I
headphones.
try
or
to
whatever
palm
it is.
Roger's bald head in front of me. I'd be laughing my ass off. It's right.
You're
You're
just the
such a
best
bad
friend.
friend.
You're the best friend, Mike. You're great.
That's the thing is you don't know how you react in these situations, right? We talk all this talk, but like Roger said, you don't know until it's there. So yeah, what would I do if I watched Roger get slapped? Am I standing up and grabbing a hold of this kid? Am I laughing? Am I going, oh, like there's a piece of me that
We know it's all
Mike
three.
is definitely gonna
Yeah, it
be,
is like kind of
"Oh,
a combination.
shit."
Yeah, I'm with Raj. I would handle it very similar to how Raj did, but I do think I might be a little bit more. And
I
maybe
think-
this is
I
the
think you
white
gotta
man in
stand
me
up.
coming to this, but I definitely would be like. There's been an injustice here. Like somebody's fucking hearing about it. Like I'm not letting y'all turn this on me.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm putting my foot down. Like I get real uptight with some of these security people sometimes. I'll never forget when they did Cool Greg wrong a couple years ago.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I was like, no.
No.
We're gonna
Don't fuck around.
fucking talk about this.
Yeah, my thing would be like, I don't really give a shit about like financial or physical restitution. I would just be like, hey, I want this kid to come over to me and explain to me why this happened.
Yeah.
And then I want him to apologize to me
I don't
for
want something about this
overreacting.
kid.
Right?
Yeah,
money.
so Paul,
I want all the
No
money.
fun.
I
want a free
wouldn't
flight.
want any of that. I would just be like, my deep down, I would be like, I think this kid needs to understand because he's gonna be on another flight soon, and he's gonna do that to the wrong person, and someone's gonna stand up and hand him his fucking ass, and then that guy's gonna go to jail because he beat the shit out of a 21-year-old kid or whatever. I would just be like, we need to set I need closure on this. That's I think the thing that I would be pissed off most about. I'm like, I want to talk to this kid and be like, why did you do that? I want his parents to explain to me why this happened. It's a learning moment for him, right? And then I want to find his address,
find
find
him.
shit on his
You're gonna find
doorstep,
him.
and be like,
Yes.
guess what you just learned, son?
That's
Game's
gotta,
never over.
That's
Yeah.
got to be a 6-month no-fly list.
Oh, you
punishment-
should be banned from the airline
If you
if you
get
punch
slapped,
someone.
if you slap someone, I mean 6 months minimum, and then we got to go from there. Even like, and how Rogers thing was like, it kind of ended like
do you
everything is
think-
fine. Like that's 6 months minimum.
So here's a
6
real
months.
here's a real
You're not on
wild
the
card
flight
question,
list.
right? Because you know me, 80% chance this all turns out okay. Maybe a couple words are shared that are a little on the R-rated side, but I don't think I'm getting physical with someone because I know the ramifications of that. What do you think Greg Miller does in this situation?
See, here's the problem.
Because Greg's
Honestly,
a fucking animal.
I do feel like if you look at every single person in Kind of Funny, the way that they would handle it, I do think that there are a couple of us that would handle this very poorly for different reasons. Mm-hmm. Nick, I think you would handle it poorly. You would not get physical. No. I don't think anybody would get physical. That Kind of Funny.
I wouldn't get physical because I know the ramifications of what that can be. You can hurt someone very seriously.
You would be so upset about it that everyone around would assume you're the problem.
That's fair.
What I mean?
That's fair.
I feel like all of a sudden it would get ratcheted up where it's like
okay, let's stop for a second. Initially, if people saw the incident happen, I think they'd be like, this guy's in the right.
Yes.
But after an hour of me bitching,
you were in the wrong.
They'd be like,
yeah,
it's the punishment did not fit the crime.
Yeah.
Is what they would say.
Greg, on the other hand, is so much more of an X factor in this situation.
Greg's a wild card.
Where it depends on what's his mood, how much has he ate that day,
is he with his family,
who is around him, is he with his family?
Did he have a Coke?
Did he have a Coke? Like, you just don't know, man. I still don't think Greg would get physical, but I also don't think it's not physical. There's a physicality to everything Greg does that even if he doesn't touch you, he's still slapping you.
There's a heat.
You know what I mean? And I can see him getting real bouncy on that chair.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? I can see him move it in a way that like isn't quite assault.
Yeah.
But
Getting bouncy.
it's also
on
not assault.
Getting bouncy on this chair, y'all.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Greg Miller. It's Nick Scarpino. I'm on the Kind of Funny podcast. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. I appreciate that. Tim never does. Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
If you're sitting on a plane playing Hollow Knight, just minding your own business, and out of nowhere, the guy behind you slaps the side of your face because he thinks that you're screwing with him by moving your chair a lot and then screams at you, what do you think you would do? Just spitball it for me, top of your head.
I'd ring the call button, and when the flight attendant got there, I'd say, start recording. You're about to witness a murder.
Greg, thank you for your time. That's the correct answer. I love you.
All right, love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Honestly, he would say something like that.
I know he
though.
would.
And it's like,
I fucking know
he
he
obviously is
would.
not going to murder this man. But it's like now it's recording him threatening murder. And then now Greg's in jail.
Take it up a notch.
Yes.
If we're going to tell the story, let's get 1 million views on this.
Oh
Greg
my
went to
God.
jail. What's a better headline?
Then Roger got slapped.
Roger got slapped or Greg went to jail for 10 years.
Yeah.
Oh my
Greg
God.
did a fucking Diamond County, if you know what I'm talking about. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's funny because I
This was a
think
fun one.
looking at the rest of Kind of Funny, like, I think Andy would handle this. I think even
Andy would just go into his shell.
yeah, like,
Andy would hit it and he'd be like, hey, man, it's not cool.
yeah. Hey, I don't even know if
And
the
then
word's better or
he would
worse.
just get smaller.
But then Roger, he would handle it similarly to Roger, but I feel like he would lack the like confidence to actually. He wouldn't even ring the thing.
Andy's not even.
Yeah.
Andy's going to pretend like this didn't happen.
100%.
Yeah. And he's gonna take it. He's gonna bury it down deep down where all the
Deep
trauma
down
he suffered
inside.
from me and like streaming with me and Mike over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
It's all in that little deep
Yeah,
dark place.
yeah, that's in that
Does that
spot.
deep dark place one day buy a gun? Who knows? No, I'm not saying it does. I'm not saying it does, Roger. I'm just saying there's probably some dead squirrels around Andy's house. That's all I'm saying.
There's only one person you don't slap on this crew, and that's Kevin.
Oh, Kevin. Yeah.
If Kevin received a slap to
Who
the
do you
side
think
of the
handles
head,
this better, me or
if
Kevin?
Kevin received a slap on the side of the head on an airplane, he's getting up and he's choking that
There would be
guy.
so many words
He's
that he doesn't say right.
100% he's gonna put his arm up against this guy's throat like this and be like, "Wah." And you're like, Kevin, don't do it to him.
Kevin would be so bad. You know when Kevin gets so mad that he starts like spitting out words? You're like, I don't think any of those were the ones you wanted to say. That would be Kevin right now.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think Kevin would actually get physical, but you're right. He probably has the highest likelihood.
Kevin's the type of
And
dude.
yeah, it would be the type of physical that's like everyone on the plane feels like their safety.
There would be a lot of movement on the plane to the point where the captain would have to call back, but like, who is moving a man-sized bowling ball around Economy Plus? What is happening?
Man.
Oh, God, that's so funny.
Roger, sorry to hear that happen to you. I wish that we were all there, though. So
Yeah, it would be
you know,
great content.
Like that is one of those. It's like you wish that happened with all of us there because that shit's crazy.
God, I'm so sorry that happened to you, Raj. I'm also very happy we weren't there because if it would have happened, I know immediately you'd make eye contact with me.
Yeah.
You would give me a
Oh,
look.
Leanza played that role for sure.
Yeah. It's like, what do we do? It's like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, what would have been amazing is if all of us were just sitting around you at the time,
Oh,
and that happened, and all of us stood up and were like, "Hey, man, what's going on?"
you fucked with the wrong crew, bro.
You fucked with all of us standing up.
Immediately going Instagram live. What up, everybody? Roger just got smacked.
This guy just slapped Roger. JetBlue, what's going on? And then somehow we get sued by JetBlue for defaming the company.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what an adventure, bro! Just think about it,
Thank
man.
you.
Think about those mats. Think about getting on those mats with me
Shit,
one
bro, I
day.
could have protected myself.
You-
Think
when
about
you-
handcuffs.
Island time.
yeah, exactly. You ran.
Island time.
Instead, you wound up in handcuffs.
I
Gotcha-
thought the story was
gotcha
going to
charge,
end in
dude.
you in cups.
No.
I thought it was
going
gonna
to
end.
I was in the right.
I legit thought it was gonna end with them thinking you did the slapping,
Oh yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
Curb episode where you go to jail for some reason, even though you didn't do the thing.
I was really scared that was honestly, as I went up to the flight attendant, I was like, ah, shit. Like, there's a possibility that ends up that way, but I think the kid's so stupid. He just said, oh, yeah, I slapped him. So it's just
love that.
But like, you
Just
know,
the pure ownership.
Yeah,
but just
exactly.
the crazy. Let's. I mean, we're gonna wrap this up soon. But just
Yeah.
the craziest fucking thing is that that's just the world we're living in.
Shit,
You could
bro.
just slap someone on a plane,
Just slap him.
and
Slap
there's
somebody on the
no,
plane.
and no
there's
repercussions.
no repercussions for you, except I'm assuming at some point someone was like, "Hey, don't do that again." Maybe.
Maybe.
But then
Yeah.
Rogers living under fucking 1984 rules where Uncle Sam's fucking watching him from
Stop
CCTV. I would have typed back. I would have
That
typed
was
in a notepad.
wild.
Fuck you. Bring someone else out here who's an adult to talk to me about this situation.
So fun, dude. And the funniest thing, I was looking through my emails just to make sure I didn't get any, message from them or anything, which I didn't. No, like, hey, this happened to you, whatever. I did get an email, the generic email, which was like, how was your experience on JetBlue?
You should have typed
So did
back.
you tell
It was great
JetBlue
until
about
someone
this?
slapped me.
Yeah, I mean, they were there. Dude, you know what's
No,
funny?
like you wrote.
Did he give me like a
email and stuff?
report or incident case?
No,
or
they
something?
reported the incident. See, that's the confusing part about this is that like when I was talking to the flight attendant, they're like, yeah, JetBlue's gonna be there, right? And they're gonna take photos and they're gonna be a part of this, right? This whole investigation or whatever. So I walk out and I'm talking to the fucking police, right? And they're the only one that's really engaging with me or asking me questions. And then like I gave them my passport, and then they just kind of passed my passport around.
You're like, I need that back.
Yeah, they don't give a
Like
shit. They're
maybe
we
like
don't care.
20 people took photos of my passport. I don't know who the fuck those people are. They didn't identify themselves. None of them were like, "Hey, I'm from JetBlue. I'm just gonna take
Yeah,
a photo of this."
I'd
None
have
of
been
them.
like, "Give me my passport
5
back."
people were just like, "Bang, bang, bang, bang." So I'm on the deep web for sure. Like
Yeah.
my shit's
Oh,
just
you
stolen,
someone
bro. I'm
opened a credit
fucked.
card in your name for sure.
Yeah, I'm fucked.
With that
I'm
one.
fucked for sure.
Speaking of random passports, I got mine updated. I got a new passport.
Yeah, he's ready.
With this?
With this.
With this? Yes. We got stashing it
I love this
forever.
energy.
I did.
Bro. I
and I'm
love it.
kind of like, here's the real deal, dude. I'm going to say something about myself right now. I'm not a bad looking man,
Not at all.
as most of you know who've watched me on podcasts for the last 12 years. But I got a little special sauce in the look on this one because Dee was standing over to the left and I knew she hated it. And I kind of gave her the eyes. You know what I'm talking
I
about?
know
So when
what
she
you're
opened the
talking
passport
about.
up, she was like, God damn you, Nick.
Yeah.
Why does it look like you're trying to creep out the person that's
Yeah.
looking at the pod?
That's the magic of Nick Scarpino,
Fuck yeah,
everybody.
Nick. Fuck yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
love it.
That's it. I hope you're having safe travels this holiday season.
Wow.
If you're going someplace for Valentine's Day, make sure you don't slap someone on the plane unless they ask for it. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Kind of Funny podcast. I've been your host, Nick Scarpino. Thank you so much for joining us. Tim, Mike, thank you for joining me on this.
Thank
This
you,
has been
Nick.
fun. Roger,
Thank
I'm
you,
sorry that you
Roger.
might be concussed. We'll just say you're concussed now. What I need you to do is immediately order one of those neck braces. We got a lawsuit.
Yeah, we're
We
gonna
got
take
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
Sure,
photos.
Greg
photos.
has a bunch of those. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, we got to get that. I need you in a cast too. Somehow you broke your leg as well. And I, as your employer, and everyone chat, be cool. Don't put this out there. I, as your employer, will say that you have been permanently debilitated
Mhm.
and you can no longer do your job anymore. And that's why Mike couldn't come to the Royal Rumble on Saturday.
Yeah.
If
He
you
was
guys
taking care of me.
Circle
Yes.
it all back.
love what we
Of
do here on
course.
Kind of Funny, please consider subscribing to this channel and go over to Patreon, which is the best possible way you can help us keep the lights on. If you've got no bucks to give, no big deal. If you're listening to this on podcast services, hey, just tell a friend or come over and watch us. Give us a little watch, give us a little subscribe, leave a little comment. Until next time, we love you. It's been a pleasure to serve you. Bye. Yep.
Nice.
Perfect.